Hi, I'm Becky with Icing on Top Becky's Cakes.
Today we're going to do a pulled sugar rose, and if you haven't seen the pulled sugar recipe yet, you can go ahead and check out that tutorial. Right now I am shaping the very center, so I have pulled out a very thin piece of the sugar and I'm curling it under. And the center is very important because that's really your focal point. So you want to make sure you get a nice roll in the center. And then you can break off the part that you do not need. And then I'm going to cut another piece of the sugar. And then I place it back under my warming lamp so that it stays soft. Because if it hardens, then you can't really work with it and you're going to keep shattering the petals, which I shatter quite a few because I try to get my petals nice and thin. And here I am wrapping the petal around here, and it's still warm enough that it will stick to this sugar. If it wasn't warm enough, then you could just heat it up with your blowtorch, which I'll show you in a second. So I stick that nice together, and then I'm going to grab another petal and form that. Press it into my palm to give it some definition, and then I curl the sides. I grab my blowtorch and lightly get the ends. If you do too much, you'll ruin your petal and have to start over. And as you can tell, the petal is still soft enough that I can curl it around without it shattering. And you'll find out really fast what happens if you curl the petal around and it's too hard. They shatter pretty quickly. And then we're going to keep sticking these on. So the things you need for this is the silicone mat that I have underneath me, a blowtorch, and a warming lamp, and some gloves, and the scissors also. So those are the things you need. And could you do it without a warming lamp? Well, you could, but then you'd have to keep reheating your sugar in the microwave every 20 seconds, and it really can take a lot longer if you don't have the warming lamp. And then I press it into my hand again with my thumb, shape that and stick it up. And the reason I keep placing it down like this is because I want all the petals to be the same length. Otherwise it'll look very odd with different length petals. So I flip it around to see how it looks, and then I place it back down again. Also, another tip is if you don't want to do the petals one at a time and stick them on one at a time, you can actually form all the petals first, and then after you're all formed, just take out your blowtorch and do them all together like that one at a time. And that way you don't have to take a break in between each petal and do it this way. But it's just the way it worked out for me today, so this is how I chose to do it here. And there's our rose, and I'm going to set it down and I'm going to highlight each of the petals, just give it gold highlights. And what I'm using today is a edible gold luster dust, and I used a little bit of vanilla extract to be my thinning agent here because it has some alcohol in it, and that way it'll evaporate a little easier than other mediums would. So I'm just going to highlight all those petals, and that way it gives the rose some real definition. And there it is. And if you'd like to see the swans, please check out my channel for those.